Hey everybody, this is Ryan. Let's take a look at level 4 of Three Little Birds. I would highly suggest that you get level 3 down before you move on because it's almost exactly the same thing. But we're going to add a lot more stuff with our picking hand. Let me show you what I mean. Singing don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing don't. Now the benefits to this is a lot, actually. I use this slap strum technique all the time when I want to ramp up the energy in different songs. We are working on also finger picking and strumming at the same time while incorporating percussive guitar elements and funk guitar elements. So let's dive right into it. To start, we are going to look at how to do the strum slap. So we're just going to play the 7th fret as normal, and then you're going to do a combination of a slap with your thumb and a strum with your fingers, like this. So it's like your fingers are flicking out as your thumb is striking the strings at the same time. Now, here's the other kicker, is that as you do the slap, you want to aim your thumb to be just below the string that you intend on playing the bass note for next. So that's going to be the 7th fret on the A, or on the D after we do this. So it's going to look like this. And then you have your thumb already prepped, ready to go to play that bass note. So let's just start with the string slap without any of the notes. And when I go across like this, my fingers are kind of like just fanning out like that. And sometimes I'll go out with my first finger, sometimes I'll go out with my middle finger, and sometimes I'll go out with all 3 fingers like this. You're looking for a basketball type of sound. If you get this, like if you're hearing a note, that means that you're pushing a little too hard on it. Just lighten up the touch a bit. And imagine that like this part of the thumb right here, where the bone is the part that's hitting the strings like that. And you can see that my wrist is kind of turning, it's almost like I'm giving a thumbs up and then I'm twisting the wrist to get it to slap. The other thing that's really new about this part is now we are concerned with muting the strings, as we weren't before because we were just finger picking. Now that we're strumming, we're going to be hitting all 6 strings, so we have to make sure that our muting is good. So the way that you do that is, for my larger handed people, you're going to take your thumb and wrap around just to mute the low E. Your ring finger is going to nudge very slightly to mute the A string. And then your first finger is going to be not on the very tip, but kind of on the pad, so that way it mutes the high E. So just one string at a time. Try this with me. And let's check and make sure that we got all of the strings to not ring out that we don't want. Now let's add the slap, like this. Another thing to note, if your thumb is too high up, it's going to mute. You're going to get the strum and the slap, but none of the strings are going to ring out because your thumb's going to mute them. So just try your best to land the thumb like somewhere between the A string and the low E string. And you don't have to hit super hard either. Or strum super hard, I mean. Now let's do the same thing, but this time let's add muting. So like this. And we do that by, we're taking the chord and we're just lifting off like that on the, so it'd be like slap, off, slap, off, like that. Try this with me. A few more times. Now let's try adding these two together like this. And let's just try looping it over and over again. Go ahead. is also going to help prepare us for the rest of the riff too. A couple more times. So the next part up is this part, and it looks like this. So it's basically the same, but now we're adding that slap on this note right here. The reason why this is in parentheses is because this is actually optional. You can do like this and not even have to worry about playing it. That's going to be fine too. So the way that we do this part, and this is probably one of the most challenging parts, if it wasn't already, we have this, and then we have the slap here. And so the way that we do the slap is we want to make sure that all of the strings are muted except for this one note right here. So the way that I do that is my pinky is here. You can see that my other fingers are just kind of draped across the strings, not fretting, just lightly touching them. And that primarily mutes these strings right here and these two here. So then when I do the strum slap, my thumb is also in between the low E and the A. And as I'm strumming, I'm not using all three fingers, although I could. I'm just really using the first finger here. And what that does is, because I'm not fanning out so far, now my middle finger is right here, which is now going to set me up to move the other middle finger to pluck the B string. So we're doing a strum here and a finger pick right here. And that's one of the most difficult things about this riff, is combining both of those together while incorporating the funk guitar elements of muting, while also incorporating the percussive guitar elements of the slap. But when you put it all together and you get this down, it's an amazing skill to have in your tool belt for guitar playing. So we're going to practice just this. So we got the strum and then the finger pick. Let's do it again. Got the strum and the finger pick. So the strum, finger pick, and let's just try that a few more times. Finger pick, strum, finger pick. We're gonna get real comfortable with this. We're going uber slow, and that's okay. It's important for us to try to just get the idea down of what this is like, and then we'll speed it up in the practice video. So now that we're here, you can see that my first finger is kind of frozen like this, where it's helping mute the strings. My thumb is here, so it's muting the low E. Really, the only string that can ring out right now is the A. Like that. And so then what we're gonna do is hit the 6th fret on the G string like this. And so when we play the 6th fret, the middle finger is still right where it was. The first finger has kind of moved down a little bit to mute the D string. And I'm being very particular about my thumb on my picking hand hitting the A string, so that way that A string is muted. And the right hand can also, or the picking hand can also help out with muting the bass strings here. And it's the same thing where I'm not trying to fan all the fingers, I just want the first finger to do it. Because then what comes up is a finger pick right here on the 4th fret. So if I can strum and then stop the strum where my finger is right here, rather than going across all the strings like that, then I can do the finger pick, and then my thumb can slide in to play the riff like that. So let's just try muting the 6th fret like this. Just try that strum slap. We're muting a lot with our left hand, And the strike is helping mute the bass strings on our picking hand. Now, let's try doing this, and let's try picking the 4th fret. So it's going to look like this now. Strum, and then pick. And let's go back and forth. So strum, and then pick. Then strum, then pick. Then strum, then pick. And now let's do the same thing, but this time let's include the 7th fret right there. So now strum and pick, and then bass. Do it again. So strum, then 4th fret, then thumb. Try it again. So strum, then 4th fret, then thumb. Then strum, 4th fret, then thumb. And then we have dead strings, and then we have an up strum. So when you do an up strum like this, after a slap, your thumb is prepped like this, and then your thumb is going to be the one to do the up strum. And then that's going to set you up. Like that. So let's do the slap, and then up with the thumb. And then we play the 7th fret. So let's try these 3 like this. So strum, up, and then 7th fret. And it's like it's not a huge up strum, it's just a little one. Like that. It's kind of meant to be more of like a ghost note type of thing. So strum, ghost note, and then pick. Try it again. Again. One more time. Now, let's start piecing this together. So let's try these 2 beats. So it will look like this. About that fast. Here we go. So 7 and slap and pick, pick, strum, middle finger, and let's do it again. Here we go. 7 and slap and pick, pick, strum, middle finger. Do it again. Here we go. 7 and strum and 7, 4, strum, middle finger. Let's do it 2 more times. Here we go. 7 and strum and 7, 4, strum slap, middle finger. One more time. And strum slap and 7, 4, 7, 5th fret. Now let's try doing 2 and 3 like this. 3 E and like that. Here we go. 2 E and 3 E and Let's do it again. Here we go. 2 E and 3 E and again. Here we go. 2 E and 3 E, and one more time. Here we go. 2, E, and 3, E, and Now let's try putting 3 and 4 together like this. Like that. Here we go. And 4, E, and let's try again. Here we go. 3, 4, 7. Let's try it again. One more time, or a few more times. Here we go. E, 4, E, and ghost note. Try it again. Here we go. E, 4, E, and here we go. And 4, E, and a few more times. And 4, E, and one more time. Here we go. And 4, E, and Now that's going to set us up and repeat for these two. Now for this part, we just kind of feel this part out more so than look at all the tabs and get intimidated by it. These percussive elements, these funk guitar elements right here, you can add them if you want to. You don't have to. You can just do just simple down strums, adding the snare sound. But I like the way that this sounds, because it kind of feels more more authentic to me. We're gonna start with a little down, then a big down while we slap, and then we have a little down up, which is just like you strum down with the fingers and then up with the thumb. Then that's gonna prep you to do the slap like that. And then we have the down, and then we got the slap with the notes and like that. So on this up strum here, you can do this either as like a ukulele strum where you use, and then you use kind of the first finger to go up, or you can use the thumb to go up as we've been doing. So starting with this, it's gonna look like this. Just try this with me. Then we're gonna add these right here. So that's gonna look like this. So try this with me. About that fast. Then we go back to here, but this time instead of playing on the downbeat, we're doing a dead string here. So just try this. Sorry. And then this part is the same as this part, except we're going to transition back to the riff. And now let's try piecing this together. So it'll look like this. About that fast. Here we go. Go ahead and join me right here. Down, up, slap, up, dead strings, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, dead strings, slap again, down, up, slap, up, dead strings, slap, up, dead string, 4, E, Again, here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. One more time. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Once we speed it up, it's going to feel just a lot more like you're just doing down and up strums, just adding the percussive elements. Again, these little funk guitar elements right here with the dead strings, these are optional. You can add them if you want. Again, you can't just do just kind of like boom chuck it without all the extra percussive stuff. Like that. So this was the tutorial for level 4 of Three Little Birds, and I'll see you in the practice video.